Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's rendition of Tallahassee Community College softball. Today, the Eagles will be facing off against a conference opponent, the Chipola College Indians. Chipola is currently ranked number 10 in the entire nation for JUCO D1 softball. Today's starting lineup for the Indians. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 8, Marley Sims. Hitting second, playing second, number 5, Jaden Burney. Playing left field, hitting third, number 9, Janelle Martinez. In the cleanup spot, the slugger right fielder, number 7, Charity Bibbs. Behind the plate tonight and hitting fifth, number 14, Kinsey Nelson. Playing first base, hitting sixth, number 23, Sierra Javiak. Playing center field, hitting seventh, number 10, Olivia Sasser. The designated player tonight for the Indians, number 1, Amanda Schick. And rounding out the lineup for the Indians is the third baseman, number 15, Kamari Strozier. On the mound today for Chipola College is number 12, Zayla McBurrows. This Indians lineup will be facing off against TCC's number 2 pitcher, Kaylin James. On the season, James is 4-2 with 53 2/3 innings pitched. She's got a 3.91 ERA, and she looks to keep it going in conference play as both of these teams so far have played 4 total games, with TCC being 1-3, last in the conference, while Chipola College, despite their high ranking, is just 2-2 in second place in the conference. First pitch was wide to start the day. And the second pitch is a strike, 1-1. James gets set. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside as Sims looked for a late square around but pulled it back in time. You know, this Indian squad, they're very prone to the small ball. Very aggressive on the base paths, not afraid to drop down a bunt or swipe a bag. There's a bunt. First base, easy put out right there. And the defense for TCC Eagles today, behind the plate, Ellie Campbell. Playing first, who just made that play, Brittany Michael. At second is number 2, Allison Rodriguez. At third, number 9, Raven Little. At short, Cheche Ortiz. In left, we got Emma Patry. In center, Mackenzie Childs. And in right, Aneshka Aponte. First pitch looks like it was wide for ball 1. We hope all of you are having a good day as you tune into this nice doubleheader here in Tallahassee, Florida. And a hard hit ground ball through the middle with that little bit of a running start style of swing that you see so often in softball, as there's 1 on and 1 out. James on the season, very talented two-way player as she leads the team in home runs while very impactful on the mound as well. She's got the lowest whip on the team with a 1.23. Runner going, and there's the first one of the game, as I've talked a lot with the fellow people up here in the booth today about how ridiculous Chipola is when it comes to stealing. In 32 games, just 32 games, mind it, they have now stolen 119 bags. That's 9 more than they've struck out on the season. There's strike 1. They just, if ever given the opportunity, they will take it. And TCC is not the greatest at throwing out runners from swiping bags, but I expect a lot of stolen bases today from Chipola. And there's a hard hit grounder to second. Great play right there by Allison Rodriguez to get the second out. So there's 2 down, runner on third for the number 5 hitter, Kinsey Nelson. Great frame job right there to get the first pitch called for strike 1. Already in this game, we're in a high-stress clutch situation here for Kaylin James. See if she can work around the trouble. Little dribbler to third, and they do get out of it as your TCC Eagles get it out of the inning and are now up to hit. And here we are in the bottom of the first inning for your Eagles. Chance at the plate. Quickly, here's your batting lineup for TCC. Leading off center fielder number 5, Mackenzie Childs. Hitting second, the designated player number 12, Brooke Michael. Hitting third, playing right, number 20, Aneshka Ponte. In the cleanup spot, the third baseman, number 9, Raven Little. Hitting fifth, the shortstop, number 17, Cheche Ortiz. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, number 7, Brittany Michael. Hard liner right there, hit foul. Brittany Michael in sixth. Number 7, the pitcher, number 25, Kaylin James. Hitting eighth, the catcher, number 1, Ellie Campbell. And rounding out the lineup for your Eagles, number 2, Allison Rodriguez. The left fielder, Emma Patry, today is the flex position, so she will not be hitting. Quickly 0-2. To the leadoff hitter. Childs on the season has somewhat limited at-bats, only playing in 20 of the 28 games, but hitting a strong number at .338 batting average with 412 slugging. She's battling here. And she's battling against the Indians' ace. There's no doubt about that. The Chipola Indians have a very deep pitching staff with 4 pitchers throwing over 30 innings on the season, but Zayla McBurrows is definitely their standalone go-to pitcher with an 11-1 record on the season, throwing 53.1 innings pitched. And there's strike 3 looking to start the day. Now up for the Eagles, number 12, Brooke Michael.
Now batting the designated player, number 12, Brooke.
Back to McBurrows real quick. She's enduring a very strong season. Lots of strikeouts, 62 on the season, averages about 8 per start. There's a little jam job to the third baseman. Can of corn right there as there's 2 down. Next up for your Eagles is the right fielder, Aneshka Aponte.
Now batting for the Eagles, the right fielder, number 20, Aneshka Aponte.
Aponte leads the Eagles in on-base percentage and runs scored. She's really enduring a great couple of last weeks. Strong pitch right there on the corner for strike number 1. Aponte showed bunt but brought it back. You know, in this conference game, very loud, energized benches for both sides. These games matter a lot. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. 1-1. Ponte's showing bunt so far, but I'm expecting her to pull it back. With 2 down, she does, and takes the second strike. McBurrow's very straightforward with her pitching thus far, just giving it the gas and hoping they don't make solid contact. 1-2, 2 down. As McBurrows looks for her second strikeout of the inning. Just a bit outside with that one. Catcher could not quite frame it best. Pretty decent crowd here for TCC. I won't lie, good amount look like they're here for Chipola actually, but either way, that's money coming towards TCC's athletic department. Fouled that one back. She's staying alive here. Doing her best to extend the inning, as you never really want the first inning to go too quickly for those pitchers. Try and work up their pitch count, get them a little rattled, and don't let them settle in. And another one missed high, as McBurrows seems to be getting that ball out just a little too late so far. As the count is run full here for Aponte. And she comes set. Here comes the pitch. And right back to her for the final out, as that was a nice simple 1-2-3 inning for McBurrows. And we're back here in the top of the second inning. Quick first frame, as due up for the Indians this half is leading off Kinsey Nelson, Sierra Javiak, and then Olivia Sasser, the 3 expected up. See if Kaylin James can get back to work. Pitch, strike 1. Beautiful off-speed pitch to start the inning right there. Pretty nice day here in Tallahassee. Not too overwhelmingly hot, but a little humid. Nice rope right there, as the off-speed pitch had her out in front, but she had enough power to muscle it through that shortstop third base gap for another hit.
Now batting, playing first base,
JVX steps up to the plate with another runner on and nobody out here for the Indians. Let's see if they can capitalize on the early runners. Pitch right on the corner. Beautiful job right there. It's 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Bunt. Back to the pitcher. James makes the play. Close play at first, but they just get him. As there's one down with a runner on second now. Great little play right there by James to show off her agility a bit. Quickly get off the mound. Grab that ball and fire it over to first. You can score that as a sac bunt. Now up Olivia Sasser. Another first pitch strike there for James. She's been very aggressive early in the count so far. This Indians team very, very dangerous as they're scoring a lot of runs on the season. Harder grounder up the middle, gets through to center. They send the runner home and she will come in without a throw as TCC gives up a run in the top of the second as the Indians take the lead. On that play, Sasser stays at first base. And Nelson comes all the way in to score. Still one down here. Like I was saying, Chipola averages, where is it? They are averaging 7.5 runs per game on the season so far. So expect this to be a high-scoring game. Either way it goes, really, as TCC puts up a fair share of their runs, too. First pitch was called strike to Amanda Schick, the designated player for the Indians today. Ooh, great pitch right there by James. Had Schick all up in knots, not ready to swing at that pitch, as it's 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Runner goes. Throws there. Wow, what an incredible tag right there by Cheche Ortiz. Makes a diving catch and tag simultaneously to get the runner out. That was remarkable. It really surprising. I mean, the throw was on time, but Cheche Ortiz did not appear as if she would be there in time to make a tag, and she did so very fluidly. And just like that, we're one pitch away from ending this top of the second inning. Pitch, grounder right back to James, and that'll do it as the Indians do take a 1-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the second.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
And we're back here in the bottom of the second inning. Due up for your Eagles is Raven Little. Little is having herself quite the season, leading the Eagles in several categories. As McBurrow comes set, and here's the first pitch. Strike one called on the inside corner. Little on the season is hitting .345, leading the team. Slugging at .736, leads the team. Has herself 11 doubles, 31 RBIs, and 30 total hits, all leading the team. Pitch number 2 there looked slightly outside maybe, as it's 1-1. Nobody down here, as TCC looks to even up the score column in this ever so needed conference game. Off-speed pitch stays low. 2-1 to Little. Little, alongside Kaylin James and Aponte, are three of the most dangerous hitters in this Eagle lineup. And there's ball 3, high and away. Leadoff base runner here would be huge for TCC. McBurrow's not prone to the walk too much, though. Here's the pitch. Hard liner to right field as it gets over the right field. Oh, what a close play at first, but Little barely beats it out for a single to right field. It's not really something you see often in baseball, but in softball with the shortened field and outfield, it's very easy, I would say, to throw someone out at first if they're not hustling down the line. Nevertheless, leadoff base runner for TCC. Now up is the shortstop, Cheche Ortiz. Pitch right down the middle, and Ortiz smashes it, but it's caught in left field. A little bit of a shoestring catch right there. And, you know, while we got the time real quick, here's the defensive alignment for Chipola College. Behind the plate, Kinsey Nelson. At first, Sierra Javiak. Playing second, number 5, Jaden Burney. At third today is Kamari Strozier. At short, Marley Sims. Back pick over to first, but Little gets back in time. In the outfield for the Indians, left fielder Janelle Martinez. In center, Olivia Sasser. And in right, Charity Bibbs. Bibbs is a bit of a utility player for the Indians as she also pitches. Second pitch there to Brittany Michael is outside, 2-0. McBurrows with the windup and the pitch. Little gimme strike right there, get it over the plate. Not going to be swinging most likely. Then again, if she is swinging, she's taking a hack for the fences. 2-1, as here comes the pitch. Good eye there by Brittany Michael. Once again, a 3-1 count as McBurrows is losing her control a little bit, something she's not overly accustomed to. Chased right there. Keeps the at bat alive as it's 3-2. The runner on first and 1 down. Might have been ball 4 right there, but so far this umpire's been calling a inside heavy zone. And the ground ball is short. There's 1-2, and not enough to get her out at first base as Brittany Michael beats it out for a fielder's choice. Now up for your TCC Eagles, number 1, Ellie Campbell. No, sorry. Brittany Michael with the fielder's choice right there. And now up is the pitcher, Kaylin James. James is by far the biggest power hitter on this TCC team. Hard cut at the first pitch right there. She was looking to take the lead back. On the season, she has 8 home runs to lead the squad. She's cooled off as of recently, though. Almost chased a pitch a little high there, but didn't quite go around as it's 1-1. I recall about a month or so back when I was last here for TCC, she had, I want to say, 4 or 5 home runs at the time, and her hitting splits were very, very high at the time, so she's definitely cooled off recently. You know, a good pitch right there by McBurrows, but the umpire did not want to expand the zone quite that far, as it's now 2-1 to Kaylin James. Look for her to be aggressive and try and send this ball over the fence. McBurrows adjusting her grip. Here's the pitch. Great location right there, as it's too far inside for James to get around on it. Makes solid contact as she was jammed a bit. 2-2. 2 down in the bottom of the second. So far, this game, as do many softball games, moving pretty quickly. Sun's coming out a little bit more here, as here's the pitch. Great off-speed pitch, has James out up front, and she rolls over to third base for the final out. Great job by McBurrows to work out of it, and it's still 1-0. And we're back in the top of the third. 1-0 game as the Indians lead. Leading off for the Indians this frame is number 15, Kamari Strozier. Pitch outside to start the inning for Kaylin James. You know, TCC's entering on a bit of a rough stretch recently, losing 3 straight, 4 out of their last 5. But Chipola College, despite their very good overall record, is also struggling, 1 of their last 3. But Chipola College is really, really a dangerous team out here, as they're on the season 28-4, just 2-2 in the conference, but 8-0 on the road. In fact, their only 4 losses have come in neutral locations. They're perfect at home and on the road. Just missed right there, maybe a little high, as it's quickly 3-1 to the number 9 hitter in the Chipola College lineup. James getting pitch from the dugout. A little unique part about softball compared to baseball. Here's a pitch. Just a little low, as there's a leadoff walk for Chipola, just what the doctor ordered from the 9-hole spot. We go back to the top of the order here for number 8, Marley Sims. Marley Sims is one of the 4 most dangerous hitters in this lineup as she drops down a bunt that's just barely fair. High throw, and she's off the bag at first. Everybody's safe, nobody out, 2 on. Right there, that's a big part of Sims's game, as she's just great at getting on base. Leads the team on base percentage at .475. Next up for the Indians as they look to stretch their lead is number 5, Jaden Burney. I would count that as a single right there. High throw didn't really, I wouldn't call it an error to say the least. Just a high throw. She was safe either way, most likely. Pitch high and away is maybe a little bit of a pitch out right there. Said it once before and I'll say it again. This team likes to steal. And my guess is at any point in the game too. As Burney, very talented hitter at the plate. Drops down a bunt, bit of a popper, but it's in no man's land, and everyone's going to be safe again. Back-to-back bunt singles for this Indians team, and, you know, on the mound, Kaylin Little's got to be, or Kaylin James has to be a little frustrated, as it's really just been soft contact this inning so far, along with that walk. Bases are juiced. Nobody out. This is a make-or-break inning here for TCC as assistant coach has a quick little chat with her infield, who has to know about the tendencies of this Indian team and how much they just love the bunts, the steals. They had to have a solid scouting report heading into this game about just their rather annoying tendencies, I might say. But hey, whatever works. They're the team that has 28 wins. And the bases are loaded here for number 9, Janelle Martinez, and there's no one in this lineup Chipola would rather have up, as she leads the team in batting average, hits, doubles, and RBIs with a .406 batting average. 45 RBIs on the season. Here comes the pitch. Hard swing, but foul. Just a little late right there, as she was gearing up for a big hit, but couldn't quite time it. Janelle Martinez stares down Kaylin in this extremely important at-bat. Here comes the pitch. Great pitch on the inside corner right there for James. Nothing you can really do with that as a hitter except for chop it into the dirt or pop it up as a jam job. 0-2. Strikeout here would be absolutely huge. But ground ball right back to the pitcher. James out at home, and they call her safe at first. Very close play, but I'd like to say she might have actually gotten her out at first. Either way, the important out was they got at home as they keep it a 1-0 game, but it does not get any easier here for James as Bibbs is now up to the plate. Charity Bibbs is another big bat in this lineup. Leads the team in slugging percentage. .729, 10 home runs on the season. Strike called on the inside corner. You know, if I'm pitching today, I'm realizing that this umpire really likes expanding the zone on the inside of the plate towards the right-handed batter, and I would just live there. There's not much you can do as a hitter there. Second pitch, right back to the inside part of the plate, and it's fouled off for strike number 2. I mean, even more so, if you leave a ball out over the plate, this is definitely a hitter and a whole team that will destroy it into the gaps, if not over the fence. I mean, Bibbs is definitely someone to watch out for. High and away right there is couldn't get the release quite down. You know, important thing to note, neither one of these teams has successfully turned a double play all season, and both sides have already had chances to do so in this game. Right there again. A beautiful pitch based on this umpire's strike zone. As a hitter, you watch that ball go through the zone and you just can't do anything with it. Either way, Kaylin James is making the right decision and living there as she gets a huge strikeout and is now just one batter away from getting out of this bases loaded, nobody out jam. Now up is Kinsey Nelson. And it hits her. Wow. An unfortunate turn of events right there. As that'll tend to happen when you just keep living on the inside part of the plate, but still better than leaving it out over the plate and giving up a grand salami. As it's now 2-0 in Chipola's favor, with number 23, Sierra Javiak, up to the plate. Javiak recorded a sac bunt in her first plate appearance. Pitch a little low there. Start this at bat, 1-0. Kaylin James looking to work out of trouble. Even if she does, a little bit of an off-speed pitch high there. If she can work out of this, only surrendering 1 run in the situation she was put into is definitely a win, I would say. Sure, getting out of it harmless would have been ideal, but you win some and you lose some, I would say, when it comes to big battles like this. Good pitch on the inside corner yet again. Fouled away for the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1. 2 down. Raven Little has a little bit of a word for Kaylin James there. James sets up. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2, fouled back. It's all evened up at 2-2. 2 down. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Great off speed there by James as it's dribbled right back to her, but she fumbles it right there. Could not quite corral it, and with that, the inning continues. Score that as an E1 to keep this inning going. And James definitely has to be very frustrated with that minor mistake, as she typically plays first base when she's not pitching, so she's used to those little ground balls, but could not quite do it that time around. Score that as an unearned run, even though it was her error. Weird thing about keeping book. If a pitcher commits an error, it's still an unearned run, even though they committed the error. Now up, number 10, Olivia Sasser. A little too inside right there as it's ball number 1. It's 3-0 now here in Tallahassee. James with the windup and the pitch. Little jam job in on the wrist. Great play by Cheche Ortiz to make another diving snag to end the inning. Big play right there as she doesn't corral it. The inning could keep going on forever, but it's 3-0 Chipola with TCC up to hit. Here we are in the bottom of the third. TCC up to the plate, looking to get into the score column, make this a ball game. As leading off is the catcher, number 1, Ellie Campbell. Showing bunt, but pulls it back. Takes a ball maybe high? Question mark? Not really sure about that one. Either way, it's good in TCC's favor. Big inning would be very helpful here for TCC, especially with their bottom of the order up. Getting anything from them would be awesome. Strike 1 taken on the outside part of the plate. McBurrow's really done a great job today painting the edges, not allowing TCC to have anything left over the plate. Here comes the pitch. Off speed low. Pounded into the dirt there by Campbell, as there's out number 1. Score that 5-3. Back-to-back hitters getting out that way, as Kaylin James ended the second inning the same way. Now up, the 9-hole hitter for the Eagles, number 2, Allison Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. Driven the other way, just outside of the diving reach of the right fielder as it rolls all the way to the fence. Rodriguez rounds second, heads into third, and will stand up with a lead, or with a big triple out of the 9-hole spot, just what you need. Put someone into scoring position, as right there, that ball was in on her wrist, and she powered it hard the other way. And the Chipola College right fielder, who is Charity Bibbs, went for it with a big play, but could not quite get it just out of her reaches. We're back to the top of the order for Mackenzie Childs, who in her first plate appearance struck out looking. Not what we would hope for here. Put this ball in play and bring across that first run. Here's the pitch. Little outside. Hit the ball the other way, foul for strike number 1. I'm sure you can hear it along with me, but both these benches very chirpy today. Gotta love it. The energy of softball is really unparalleled. As here's the second pitch. Oh, very inside, and you know, if she didn't do that little Ichiro run-up swing, it might have hit her back leg, honestly. But she was able to foul it away for strike number 2. Putting herself in a rather bad positioning, I would say, but I understand the decision there. Just try and put it in play, get that run across. She does it again and stays alive, fouling that one away too. 3 straight foul balls for Childs. McBurrow's looking for just her second strikeout of the game. Second strikeout against Childs, that would be too, if she can get it here. Here's the pitch. High, and once again, there's where that run-up does not help as she chases way out of the zone. Thinking she can at least chop it into the dirt, but she was unable to, as there's now 2 down in the bottom of the third, and that makes it so it's got to be a base hit here for Allison Rodriguez to score. Now up for the Eagles, number 12, Brooks Michael. The pitch in the upper part of the zone for strike number 1. Michael, first time around, popped out to the second baseman. McBurrow, even with the runner on third, does not look too rattled right here. She's attacking the zone. She does skip a ball in there, and even though it wasn't corralled too well behind the plate, Rodriguez stays put at third. You know, initially I didn't think it was going to roll away too far, but it just kept going, and you know, Rodriguez might have had a good chance of scoring right there if she was going on contact with the dirt, but that was not the case. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Chopped into the dirt right to third base. A great running throw right there to end the inning, as TCC hits a triple but cannot bring that run home as it is still 3-0. And we're back in the top of the 4th inning here as the Chipola College Indians lead 3-0 as they almost hit around last inning as Amanda Schick, the current hitter, was the only person not to hit last inning. She takes ball number 1 on the inside part. Kaylin James still out there as she'll probably go another inning or 2 depending on how well she does. Great off-speed pitch just right over the plate. Schick was probably not anticipating it as she evens up the count 1-1. James with the windup and the pitch. Looked like it might have been another off-speed, just never really dropped. 2-1. Schick, her first time around, grounded out to the pitcher. Ball taken low, maybe. It seemed like it wasn't too far inside, as this umpire loves that inside part, but either way, it is now 3-1. Schick on the season this is only her 20th plate appearance. As she takes strike really right down the middle, but yeah, and actually, this is only her 15th at bat. But in limited opportunities, she's hitting .538. Pitch right down the middle yet again, and she sends it right back where it came from for a leadoff single. And you know, just how it went last time around for the Indians, they get another leadoff hitter. And I believe that's 3 straight innings now with one. As now up the number 9 hitter, Kamari Strozier, who walked and then eventually scored last time around. James with the pitch. Schick sort of showed like she might be stealing there, but stopped as strike 1 went across. We've only seen 1 steal for the Indians so far. They're averaging just under 3 3/4 per game. The pitch outside, 1-1. With how aggressive they are on the base pass, I'm surprised we're not seeing more back picks by the Eagles. Just try and counter that, keep them honest over at first base. But it is what it is as James comes in. Bunt shown, taken back pick. Just a little late right there. As it was a little bit of a bunt play. First baseman crashed. Second base ran over for the pickoff, but was not quite there in time. Either way, it's 1-2 to the hitter. And the pitch. A little high and away once again, as it's evened up 2-2. Nobody down, runner on first. 2-2 count as here's the pitch by James. High once again as the count runs full. There's a big pitch here upcoming for James, as she does not want to start with 2 runners on yet again without getting that out. Look for her to attack the zone against the number 9 hitter. Here's the pitch. Right there, fouled away. Had her out front with that off-speed pitch, but not quite far enough. Pitch. Pounded in the dirt for yet another foul ball, as Kamari Strozier really doing her best to keep this at-bat alive. Strozier on the season is hitting .354. She's got 1 home run, 14 walks, and 13 strikeouts. As James with the pitch, left it up high again. A running trend of that at-bat, missing balls up top. As for the second straight inning, the first 2 batters reach base. And with that, here comes a mound visit for TCC, as I would assume some action's going to get going in that bullpen, if it hasn't already. In conference games like this, doing anything to keep it within reach is the number 1 priority. Yeah, it does appear as if they are making a change, as Kaylin James is switching out her pitching mitt for a first base mitt, as new pitcher on the mound is number 7, Brittany Michael, so she'll be shifting over from first base, so nice easy shift right there. Brittany Michael actually faced Chipola the last time these two played, which was just Saturday when Chipola defeated TCC 4-2. She went the whole game throwing 7 innings, giving up 10 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of which were earned, no walks, and struck out 13. So, I mean, relatively great game. Just appears as if her defense somewhat let her down. But we'll see if she can have a bounce-back game here out of relief. Maybe go the rest of the way and hope she can get a win if TCC's offense can turn around. There's 2 on, nobody out. For the top of the order, Marley Sims. Brittany Michael comes set. Here's the pitch. Great pitch right out there on the outside corner for strike number 1. Here's the pitch. High and away as Sims showed bunt but pulled it back just in time, as it's now 1-1. Brittany Michael is generally, I would say, the ace of this TCC staff, as the Eagles offer 3 pitchers with over 52 innings pitched. As strike 2 is called on the outside part. Michael, though, leads all other pitchers with 55 innings pitched, 4-1 record. She leads the team in ERA with 2.42, strikeouts 62. She has 4 complete games and 2 saves also. And she just missed outside right there, looking for that backwards K. But Sims looking to keep this back-to-back hot innings going. As here's the pitch. Fouled back. That one might have been a little bit far up and out, but just protecting with 2 strikes, as you should. Michael comes set in the pitch. Beautiful off-speed pitch, but it finds its way through the gap as the runner rounds third, heads home, double clutch, and the throw gets cut off. That was an odd series of events right there as a very slow roller edges its way by Kalen James and the second baseman, gets into right. They should have had a chance at home, I would have thought, but James cuts it off. Might have still had to play at third if she fired it right away, but didn't. And then on top of all things, Sims was almost halfway to second base, and they did not chase her down as runners on the corners with nobody out for Jaden Burney. Runner goes, no throw at all. I can understand that. Such short base pass. You throw that ball down there, and they score another run most likely. Liner right at Che for the first out. Big catch right there as it keeps runners on second and third. Next up for the Chipola College Indians is number 9, Janelle Martinez, who's 0 for 2 on the day, but is definitely one of the more dangerous hitters in the lineup still. Here comes the pitch. Off-speed pitch had her out in front, and she fouled it straight back. Chipola just took a 4-0 lead with that seeing eye single to right. Looking to build on it right here with their best hitter at the plate. As here's the pitch. Right there yet again. Fouled basically right back to where it was the pitch before. 0-2. Michael looking to find her way out of trouble. Here's the pitch. Bounced in there for ball number 1. Classic waste pitch right there. See if you can get her to chase. Outside the zone, but she holds back and moves the count to 1-2 with 1 out. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch, but it's drilled into the gap. Both runners will score as Martinez heads to second, and the throw is there in time, but not early enough to get the tag down, as that is a 2 RBI double for Janelle Martinez as this lead for Chipola grows to 6-0. Right there, just a beautiful job of waiting for your pitch and attacking it as Janelle Martinez shows why she has the highest batting average on this team as she rips her 7th double? No, her 10th double of the season. Great pitch. Bounce back pitch right there for strike number 1. Brittany comes set, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. As it's 0-2 to Charity Bibbs. Michael gets the pitch and throws. Just a little low. Allie Campbell didn't quite do her favor there either, dropping the pitch. Might have gotten the call otherwise, but here we are, 1-2, 1 down. Runner on second for the cleanup hitter. And the pitch high for ball 2. 2-2. TCC really needs to work out of this if they have any hopes of keeping this game even close. But with McBurrows pitching the way she is, might already be too far gone. Michael adjusts her grip and comes set. Pitch, low and away, fouled back. Both Brittany Michael and Kaylin James have not really gotten much swing and miss material so far, as there's only been one strikeout with the two of them. And this ball's roped into the gap also for what looks like another double and another RBI, as the lead grows to 7-0 now, as that ball, basically a carbon copy of the last at-bat, drilled into the left center field gap. As this game's getting blown wide open here in the top of the fourth. There's still just one out for number 14, Kinsey Nelson, the backstop today. The pitch, strike one. Nice aggressive pitch right there by Michael. Strike two, fouled back. As we've seen four runners come across the plate so far. And the pitch, 0-2. Strike three swinging right there. Great pitch by Brittany to get that second out. Try and work her way out of this otherwise unfortunate inning. Next up for the Indians is Sierra Javiak. First pitch is called low for ball number one. And once again, the Indians are pushing to hit around, but might not reach it. As that one's roped down to first base line and called foul, but looked to be right over that line. Unfortunate break for TCC right there. As today in the conference game, this softball game has 3 umpires, but none of them were down that first base line except for home plate, who had to quickly look up and make the call. There's the pitch outside. Great stop. The throw. It's in time for the final out. Oh. And what a play right there to end the inning, as it was almost a double play if there were not 2 outs. But Allison Rodriguez with a huge stop at second to shut down this big inning for Chipola College, as it is 7-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. And we're back here in the Bottom of the fourth, as these past two innings have really been stretched out in comparison to the first two. But quick recap of last inning for the Indians. We got leadoff single, walk, single, out, back-to-back doubles, and then that'd really do it. But 4 runs come across as it's a 7-0 game here for the number 3 hitter, Anishka Aponte. In her first time at the dish, she grounded back out to the pitcher. She's squaring around before, as many of the Eagles have done so far. Hard grounder into the deep shortstop gap. Long throw is late as she beats out a nice infield single to start off this 4th frame. Next up for the Tallahassee Community College Eagles, number 9, Raven Little. Last time around, Little reached base safely via single and then was chopped down on her way to second thanks to a fielder's choice. Great pitch right there. Started a little high, dropped back down into the zone for strike 1. McBurrows, even with the lofty lead, is not losing any focus here as she's really going right at these TCC hitters. And here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. As great steal right there by Aponte as nobody was ready for it. She easily swipes the bag. Puts a runner in scoring position with nobody down. 1-1 count to Raven Little. Little leads this team in doubles. Nice little double here would be great. Hard hit ball. Well foul though. Over by the concession stand. As it's 1-2. It's been a relatively strikeoutless day for both sides. I think only 3 total. That ball is high but dropped behind the plate, and Aponte will take third. With that pitch right there, I would score that as a pass ball for sure. Not a wild pitch, really. Just in and out of the catcher's mitt. So now there's a runner on third, nobody down. Big inning. Big start to an inning at least here for TCC. Let's see if they can capitalize. Two and two. Here's a pitch. In on her hands. Popped out to the shortstop. Not deep enough to score that runner. Great job right there by McBurrows to come inside with that pitch. Get her to jam it high up into the air. For the first out. Next up for TCC, the shortstop, number 17, Cheche Ortiz. McBurrows getting the pitch, and here it is. Ball 1 high. TCC only 1 hit on the day so far. And it was the triple by Allison Rodriguez earlier. One and one, 1 down, 1 runner on base. McBurrows comes set, and the pitch. Bounced in the dirt for ball 2. Aponte stays put at third as that ball gets corralled. Kenzie Nelson, nice stop there behind the plate. Sun's definitely out now, unlike before when it was a little bit of cloud cover. Ball 3 outside as Cheche looking to draw the walk. Ortiz on the season has a on-base percentage of .413. I think it's good enough for the second best on TCC as she draws her 13th walk of the season right there. Put runners on the corners with one down. Now stepping up to the plate, but for the first time as the pitcher, Brittany Michael. Really looking to help her own cause right here if she can rip a ball into the gap. As the first pitch is high, gets by the catcher, and there's the first run for TCC as both runners advance, closing the gap to just 6 runs as Chipola still leads 7-1. Che moves up to second, putting another runner in scoring position for Brittany Michael. Michael's got 2 home runs on the season, 6 doubles, slugging percentage of .478. And that ball's gassed in there for strike number 1. McBurrows hasn't utilized the off-speed too often, but she's got a lot of heat behind her fastball, so. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt again. Overall, she's had pretty solid control of her stuff, but her arm seems to be getting a little tired as there is a pitcher, a left-handed pitcher up in the pen now for Chipola College. Here's a 2-1 pitch. High for ball 3. And you know, even though McBurrows is a very strong pitcher, as true with this whole Chipola College team, none of them are very acquainted with going deep, as they only have 1 complete game on the whole season, and it's not even McBurrows' complete game. And there's strike 2 fouled back as the count runs full to Brittany Michael. Last time around, Michael also went full and reached base, I guess, via fielder's choice. Here's the pitch. Grounded right back up the middle. It gets through, but they hold the runner at third. This throw comes all the way home. Strong throw. Would have been a very close play at the plate. Either way, runners at the corners once again for TCC's power threat, Kaylin James. A good 5 or so of those runs on the board for Chipola came at the hands of Kaylin James, so she's definitely looking to get back here and launch one over the fence maybe. Ooh, big swing, but fouled back. She's real aggressive up there at the plate. She always takes big hacks. Looking to send one over into the shrubbery in the outfield. Wind's blowing pretty strong out there. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. Right there again, but James is late once again as it's quickly 0-2. McBurrows rearranging her grip, and the pitch in the dirt once again. I'm assuming it's her off speed that she continues to leave low right here, as she just can't quite get a grasp on it like she did in the early parts of this game. I figure this might be her last inning, if she can work out of it, that is, as there's still just 1 out, 2 runners on base. 1-2 count, and the pitch. High for ball 2. Evens the count up. Now McBurrows has got to be careful to not leave a ball over the plate here. Much rather walk the bases loaded than leave one over the plate for James to smash. Wow. That one, very jam job right there, as it was blooped like 8 feet in the air right behind home plate. Like barely made any contact whatsoever with it, but stays alive nonetheless. Two and two. 1 out for Kaylin James, and the pitch is low. She rips it to right field. for Bibbs. Charity Bibbs makes a strong throw to the plate. The tag is too wide, though. Throwing up the line, and Che Ortiz scores from third. On the play, Brittany Michael moves to second, and TCC makes it just a 7-2 game now as they're inching their way back. Score that a sac fly to right field. As now up to the plate is Ellie Campbell, the catcher. Showing bunt, pulls it back. Strike one called on the inside part. Even with them scoring 2 runs this inning, they have only gotten 1 hit. This frame, 2 total, as the count is even at 1-1. Here's the pitch, right there. Big cut and a miss by Campbell, moving the count to 1-2. Continues showing bunt. If you've ever listened to me talk about baseball before, I'm not a big fan of this. It's supposed to get your hands quicker to the plate and squared up. I just think I don't know. The way I would put it, if I'm up there showing bunt the whole time and pulling back and then just slashing at a ball, you're going to have way less power and you're just going to chop at it, which I guess in softball is fine because you can really beat it out the throw if it's, foul ball there. Just looped over the third baseman. But with a pitcher like McBurrows on the mound who's throwing such high heat, it's hard to catch up to that pitch after bringing your bat back after squaring around initially. 2-2 count, 2 down. McBurrows comes set and the pitch. Strike 3 swinging at the top of the zone right there. Could not catch up to that pitch, but TCC puts 2 in the scorebooks as it is now 7-2. Here we are in the top of the 6th, top of the 5th actually. Long drive right down the line. Foul ball barely, as that ball was heading over the fence regardless. Just a bit early as Brittany Michael caked the ball right in there and she was ready for it. On 1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Olivia Sasser. 0-2. crowd keeps growing here, as there is still a second game, so we hope you stay tuned for that. Ball one outside. Another waste pitch right there. Michael gets the pitch, comes set, and gets strike three called on the inside part. That'll be her second strikeout of her outing thus far. Now up for Chipola College is number 1, Amanda Schick. And the pitch. Maybe a little low, maybe a little inside. Not too sure, but it's ball one either way. One down here. Top of the 5th inning, as things are very much come to a halt almost in this game, as first couple frames were very fast-paced. Strike one evens the count up at 1. Schick, last time around, hit a single and then scored later on. Ball too high. Michael comes set, and the pitch is ball 3 outside, losing her control a bit. She doesn't walk too many hitters, but right now she's trending down that path. See if she can get a nice bounce back strike here. There it is, right on the corner. Beautiful pitch to bring things full to the number 8 hitter in this Chipola lineup. As I said at the top of the call, this is the number 10 team in JUCO softball. Strike 3 swinging on the outside part of the plate. Back-to-back Ks for Brittany Michael, as there's quickly 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Kamari Strozier. Strozier, despite her 2 plate appearances, has not recorded an at-bat because she has 2 walks. And here's the pitch. Ball 1 outside. You know, you never enter a game saying, oh, I want to walk 3 or 4 times today, but she looks like she might be heading that way if she can get another couple pitches here out of the zone. Brittany Michael is going to do her best job at not allowing that, as she fires in a strike. 1-1. Getting out of this would be huge for TCC. Carry that momentum they built last inning. Bold call. That's all I can say about that one right there. That should have been strike number 2 instead of its ball 2. Here comes the pitch. Little high, I guess. Brittany Michael definitely not getting any help right here from the home plate umpire, as it's 3-1. Walk here would push it back to the top of the order for the Indians. That ball is fouled back, bringing it to yet another full count. Michael's looking to strike out the side if she can fan Strozier here. And the pitch beaten into the dirt, and it's another error. Oh, it's not an error. What a recovery right there by Kaylin James, as she fumbled the ball a little bit, but still made the play. So that puts an end to this inning as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Chipola 7.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
And we're back, folks, here in the bottom of the fifth inning as McBurrough's day has come to an end as she goes 4 full innings. Ball 1 in the dirt. She goes 4 full innings with 2 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, and is in line for the victory. It will be her 12th of the season. Now on for Chipola College is number 27 freshman left-handed pitcher Riley Reese. On the season, Reese has thrown 31 innings. She fires in strike number 1. 31 innings. She has 15 appearances, this being her 16th now, but only 1 start. So she is definitely a bullpen arm mostly. She's a lockdown bullpen arm, too, with a .68 ERA out of the pen. As strike 2 is fanned on right there by Allison Rodriguez, one of the only TCC hitters with an actual hit so far. As it's a 1-2 count, nobody down here in a 7-2 ball game. That one's beaten into the dirt by Allison Rodriguez. Reese, very tall pitcher out there on the mound. And the pitch fouled off once again. Still 2-2. Unfortunately, they don't list player heights on their website. Actually, wait. Maybe they do over here. Nope, no height listed for Riley Reese. She looks very tall, though. And that ball's grounded deep into the hole. It's short. The throw is offline, as that's a debatable topic of what you might score that. I don't think she would have had him with an accurate throw, so I'm going to mark it as a single. But it's up for interpretation right there as Allison Rodriguez reaches base with her 2nd hit of the ball game. As the lineup card flips back over to number 5, Mackenzie Childs. Childs has 2 strikeouts on the day so far. And she stares in strike number 1. Her first lefty-on-left matchup. Gotta wonder if that's as big of a deal in softball as it is in baseball. Here's the pitch. 0-2 now on an outside off-speed pitch called for strike. The windup and the pitch. Outside, dribbled to short. No play at short. No play at second, but strong throw to first and scooped out of the dirt over there. Records the first out. As Rodriguez moves into scoring position at second for the designated player, Number 12, Brooke Michael. She's showing bunt, as are a lot of. First pitch is called outside for ball. Brooks Michael stares in. Strike number 1 of the at-bat, evens it up. 1 down, 1-1 count. Big at-bat here is if she can keep things rolling, this game's not quite out of reach yet. Great off-speed pitch, had her way out in front as she just pokes it foul the other way. Here's the pitch. Taken low for ball 2, 2-2. Brooks Michael on the season is hitting .304 with a .364 on base, .478 slugging. And the pitch, taken ball outside. Nice little frame attempt there by Chipola, but the umpire ignored it, called it a ball. And the pitch. Beautiful off speed once again right there as had her out in front. Could not make contact, and now there's 2 down with a runner on second for TCC. Stepping up to the plate is Anishka Aponte. Aponte last time around ripped a single and then later on scored on that sac fly. Two down in the pitch. Grounded right to shortstop. Strong throw, and the inning is over. The leadoff single is for naught as the score remains 7-2. And here we are in the top of the 6th, 7-2 ball game, and the top of the order is back up once again for the Indians as this is their 4th time through the lineup already. Showed bunt late, doesn't matter, strike 1 called. Michael back out there for her 3rd inning of work out of the bullpen. Bullpen, so to speak. She went from first to the pitcher's mound without any warm-up pitches. Ball 1 air-mailed right there. It's 1-1. Sims is very speedy out there, as even if she does put it on the ground, she might beat it out. She fans on that pitch right there, though. 1-2. Michael can set her down right here. It'd be her 4th strikeout already. Wind up and the pitch. Missed tie for ball 2. Brittany Michael with the pitch. Hit hard to left field. It's going to get over her head as Sims will cruise into second base for a leadoff double. Her 3rd hit of the game already. That ball off the bat did not seem like it was too hard hit, but no shot really whatsoever for Emma Patry over there in left. Had her playing a little bit too shallow for Sims's opposite field power right there, I guess. Jaden Burney steps up to the plate. She's 2 for 3 on the day. Shows bunt, little late. Pulls it back though, as that pitch missed well outside. You could see Chipola was sort of running some type of bunt play right there as Sims thought about going to third but held up. 0-1. As that one's bunted foul. Should be 1-1. Michael shakes off her coach in the dugout. Gets the pitch she wants and fires it in. Slapped away for a foul ball and strike number 2. TCC hoping to work their way around this leadoff double as the leadoff hitters have really been they're aching today. It's been come back to hurt them every time. Oh, wow. Just a perfectly executed swinging bunt right there as she used the Ichiro technique. Barely made contact whatsoever, but had no shot at all at the out at first. Just swinging single right there. And runners on the corners for the powerful number 3 hitter, number 9, Janelle Martinez. Last time around, she ripped that crushing double into the gap. Late steal, throw down to second, gets away from Cheche Ortiz, and another run will come in for Chipola College. They had her hung up to dry at second as it looked like it was a delayed steal or a half steal where they go halfway and then just stop begging them to throw it, and they did. At first, the runner on third did not head home, Sims that is, but once that ball got away from Cheche, she gladly took the free bag. Strike 1 called on the outside. 1-1. It's now an 8-2 game. 10 hits for Chipola, only 3 for TCC. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Good pitch right there by Brittany Michael. The wind's picking up again here in the outfield. As the pitch comes in, drilled up the middle, bobbled at second, and they send her all the way home. The throw is late. Safe. Oh, they have her hung up at first, though. Safe getting back as well. Wow. Could have been no runs. Runners on first and third. Gets away from the second baseman. 1 run scores on, I don't even know what to call that. Maybe a fielder's choice. Maybe an error. Real question mark of a play right there, but another run has scored, making it 9-2 now. So right there, in case you missed it, what happened is it was a nice solid ground ball up the middle, deep play to make for Allison Rodriguez. Initially, it seemed as if it would just be an infield single first and third, but she bobbled it again, and in doing so, they rounded third. Sims rounded third, went home, drew the throw, which then made Martinez think she could make it to second in time, but she quickly backed out of that and made it barely back to first safely. As there's nobody out for Brittany Michaels still as she faces number 14. Nope, number 14 is on deck. Now up is number 7, Charity Bibbs. Michael comes set, and the pitch. Ellie Campbell caught it a bit odd, but still call it a strike. 0-1. I would not be too surprised if you see a runner in motion, despite the big lead. Try and bury him as quickly as possible. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Michael getting her signs, trying to work around this trouble. One run has already come home. No, 2 runs have already come home. High fly ball to right field. Should be a piece of cake out there. As one is down, one out now. And now up is finally number 14, Kinsey Nelson. Nelson on the day has a single, hit by pitch, and strikeout, all in consecutive innings. Michael with the pitch, high and away, 4-1. Seems like a common missed location for her and really everyone pitching today. Just pulling that ball a little too much. Michael with the pitch. Good pitch right there. Brings it back even. Had her guessing at the plate. Thought it might be the hot stuff, but took a little drop at the end. As Michael fires in a pitch. It's bunted foul into the TCC dugout. Bit of an interesting call right there. Did not show bunt the first 2 times around, but does so there. Just got to keep that Eagles defense on their toes. One and two. Michaels fires in another ball that is launched very high into the air, but a relatively easy fly out to center field for the second out. Now up for Chipola, number 23, Sierra Javiak. Michael fires in a pitch that's fouled back for strike 1. Javiak, one of the few Chipola hitters to not accomplish so much yet, but she pokes that one to shallow right field, and it is just foul out of the reach of TCC's right fielder, Anishka Ponte. That would have been a great way to end the inning right there, but Javiak stays alive as is now 0-2. Michael looking to record 4th strikeout if she can. If not, maybe 3 straight flyouts. Either one would be somewhat cool, I guess. The 0-2 pitch is popped foul. Javiak on the season, hitting .310 with a .517 slugging. She's one of the few sophomores on this whole roster. Michael fires it in, and Javiak's out early on it. Rolls over, but is foul. For another 0-2. Brittany Michael with the pitch. Low in the dirt, runner goes. The throw is in time, but not quite. Low throw, had to scoop it up there by Cheche Ortiz. Was not able to transfer it over in time. As the count moves to 1-2, pretty important stolen base right there. Is if Nelson can loop a ball into the outfield, it might score another runner. Oh, that one's ripped down the foul line. In fact, it hits off the light post out there. Ricochets back over. I want to say that's the 4th or 5th foul ball already this at-bat. As it's 1-2 with 2 down in a 9-2 game here in Tallahassee, Florida. Brittany Michael comes set in the pitch. Low in the dirt. Did not have enough confidence in that off speed to fully throw it. Babied it a little bit. Two and two. Here comes the pitch. High and inside, fouled just out of play. As we got to be running out of balls here. So many of them have left the stadium just in this at-bat alone. You know, a lesser, I guess, advertised or an issue with the way this game's going so far for TCC is they've already used up 2 of their best pitchers just in this one game. So it'll be interesting to see if they go with Rowanhurst in game 2 or maybe Sydney Ray gets an appearance. Sydney Ray is the next highest innings pitcher besides Brittany Michael and Kaylin James, but Rowanhurst gets a spot start there every once in a while, like she did the last time I called a game. Here's the pitch. High and inside, drilled foul. That one went pretty far. Really well worked at bat here by Sierra Javiak, the first baseman for the Indians. Brittany Michael, though, hoping to set her down, and here's the pitch. Too high. Moves the count full. Her pitch count's got to be getting up there. If I was doing a better job of keeping score, I would know, but I'm not doing the best job, to my dad's displeasure. Beautiful pitch on the outside part, lined to second base where Rodriguez snags it for the final out of the frame. The score is now 9-2, TCC trails.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Here we are, 9-2 game. TCC hopes for some late inning heroics here, but that'll be hard to come by with Chipola's best reliever, Riley Reese, out there still. We were up here guessing her height. Might be 6'3". Who really knows? We don't have anything to compare it against. But here's the first pitch. Strike one called on the outside part. Nice little pitch right there. Looked like an off speed. First up for the TCC is Raven Little. Little's had a decent day so far. She squibs a ball right back to the pitcher for Reese to make the easy play at first. For the first out. Score that 1-3. Next up for your Eagles is number 17, Cheche Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. As someone just threw a water bottle at me. Trying to wake me up in this drawn out end of this game here. Che pulls back the bunt, chases a beautiful off-speed pitch. Riley Reese with the pitch. A little too high, a little too away, despite the catcher's bold attempts to frame it. As the count now moves to 2-1. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that ball misses away for it to be 3-1 now. Down 7. It's still not out of reach, but with only 4-5 total outs left, a little harder to come by. See if TCC can get it started with a single right up the middle. That ball looked like it was going to go way further than it did, but it just stopped. Either way, it was too slow for it to be any play whatsoever as Che reaches base for the second straight plate appearance. Now up is the now pitcher, number 7, Brittany Michael. At the plate today, Brittany Michael has just reached base so far 1 time. The pitch, great pitch right there, right at the knees for strike 1. It's getting a lot darker here as I expect the lights to be turned on in between games is my guess. As ball 1 outside, 1-1. That one misses a tish too low. Making it 2-1 now. Brittany Michael. Hopefully going to be looking for a good pitch to hit here as pitch right there. Strike called on the outside part of the plate. 2-2. Now, part of the reason it's starting to get a little dark over here is it looks like some rain might be moving in, some thunderstorms. It's been pretty stormy up here over the weekend at least. Not so much the past day or so, but there were some flood warnings. I know PCB was enduring like 40 to 60 mile per hour winds. It was some nasty weather up here in the Panhandle. All while these two teams were playing over in Panama City somehow. But so far, no rain. 3-2 pitch. Drilled to left field. Easy single right there. Well, it was easy until the throw into second almost was an out. Either way, strong single for Brittany Michaels. That might have been one of the hardest hit balls all day today. Now, if any hitter in the lineup is going to make this somewhat of a game again, it is still Kaylin James, who is not having a great game. She has a sac fly and an RBI, but she grounded out to third base the time before that. Ooh, she rips one down the line, almost drills the umpire, but it is foul. Yeah, this will be not a whole new ball game, but definitely put a little fear into Chipola's eyes if she can launch one over the fence here. Still 1 down in the inning. And that one's ripped into the gap. At least one runner is going to score here. Kaylin James is definitely picking up a double. They hold her at third. One down, makes the score 9-3 with a 3 straight strong hits right there by TCC. It's never too late. Never too late to make a comeback in this sport. And this is exactly what you're looking for. Just base-to-base softball right here. Keep the engine rolling. Reese with the pitch. Kind of hung one right there, but Ellie Campbell takes it for strike one. Campbell on the day 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Reese shakes off the pitch and fires in another off speed that's fouled back. Over by the baseball field, it's still blue skies with a little bit of cloud, but over here to our left, you can definitely see some thunderclouds moving in a little bit. As it's 0-2 with one down and runners on second and third. Ellie Campbell takes ball one outside. Showing bunt once again. And the pitch fouled away. Over and into that Chipola dugout, it looked like. Staying alive. Doing her best to keep up this 3 straight singles. No, double single. High popper might stay in play, and it's dropped by the catcher right on up against the padding. Tough play right there, but definitely could have been made. That would have been a very big out right there. But here we are, 1-2, still one down. As the Indians look to work around a little bit of trouble. Pitch fired in. Had Ellie Campbell out in front for her second strikeout of the day. 2 down for Allison Rodriguez. Rodriguez is definitely leading the way for the Eagles so far today. She's got 2 hits in her 2 at-bats, triple and a single. Has yet to score, though, which is unfortunate for her. But she could really do a lot here by keeping this inning going. As Reese fires in the ball high. You know, we were talking about this during the break. We're not really sure if height adds to velocity like it does in baseball. But for someone as tall as Reese, she's really living off this off-speed pitch and doing well. I mean, by all means, keep doing it because she has all of these hitters out in front and swinging and missing. 1-0. Squibbed that ball over foul. Once again, just so out in front, hit it off the end of the bat. They're just not seeing this ball too well out of her hand. Reese comes set, and the pitch. Ball outside. Some acrobatic moves right there by the catcher to try and get a strike called. Don't forget, there is still another game after this one. Should be about 20 or 30 minutes after this one concludes. That one's ripped to third. And, okay, so ripped to third, dropped by the third baseman, and then instead of firing it over to first, they tag out Kaylin James, who is heading there. The run should count, though. So it should be a 9-4 game heading into the top of the 7th. So we're back in the top of the seventh. Brittany Michael's still out there. We have yet to decide or even understand if that run is going to count. But as of right now, we're going to say it didn't count somehow, making it 9-3 still. That ball is slowly dribbled to Che Ortiz. It's short. She makes a very strong throw and records the first out of the inning. So right there, since it was a tag play in the last inning, that runner advancing to home, as long as they touch home before the tag is made, the run should count. But the umpire did not make a signal up here to the press box whether or not they advanced or not. And nobody from either side is yelling at us to fix the scoreboard, so my guess is it is 9-3. As first pitch there is taken high for a ball. Olivia Sasser with that ground out to Che Ortiz for the first out. Now up is number 1, Amanda Chick. That one's fouled straight back over our heads here in the booth. 1-1. Chipola, their bats have definitely slowed down since their onslaught in the middle innings. Brittany Michael had her out in front right there for strike number 2. The windup and the pitch taken away. If the score holds as is, TCC would move to 1-4 in conference play, while Chipola would move to 3-2. Hard liner right at Che. Che Ortiz showing the whole world today why she deserves a gold glove per se. I don't know if they do that for JUCO, but she deserves one nonetheless. This is where we would do a advertisement highlight play of the day, and we would go back to Che's diving tag in the first inning. Just a beautiful play. Very unexpected. As it's 1-0 to Kamari Strozier. Quick little mound visit for Ellie Campbell and Brittany Michael. Not mentioned so far, Brittany Michael, her sister, Brooke Michael, is the designated player today. It's probably always fun to be playing with your sister. In fact, the last time I was out here calling a game, one of them was pitching and one of them was catching. It's got to be a great feeling for them and their parents. Chipola does have another arm up in the bullpen. Seems a little unnecessary, honestly, but we'll see. Hard ground ball to Che. And she does everything this inning. 6-3, L6, 6-3 as we move to the bottom of the 7th. Still 9-3 or 9-4, who knows? And we're back, and we finally got confirmation from the home plate umpire that runner back in the bottom of the sixth did not score. So the scoreboard is correct that it is 9-3 still, as TCC does have the top of the order due up, but down 6 runs, it might be a little bit too much to overcome. Still out there is Riley Reese. She looks for a 3-inning save here. If they do that in softball, I'm not sure. I would figure they would. I'm not sure why they wouldn't, but who knows. 1-0. First pitch misses wide to Mackenzie Childs, who then grounds it to second base for the first out of the inning. Score that 4-3. Now up is the aforementioned twin of pitcher Brittany Michael, Brooke Michael. With one down here, bottom of the 7th. There should still be a second game, assuming weather does not halt us. First pitch is taken wide. Michael, Brooke Michael, that is 0 for 3 on the day. Ball 2, taken inside. Two and 0 count as Riley comes set, and the pitch is taken outside again. 3-0. Three and 0 count, and the pitch right over the plate for strike 1. You know, I'd love to say they should be taking a big hack right there, but when you're down this many runs, a solo home run really doesn't do that much. Then again, it probably does more than striking out, which is now a threat to happen as it moved to a full count, 3-2. Riley Reese with the pitch. Chopped right back at her. Quick little comebacker for the second out of this final frame. Now up for TCC is number 20, Anishka Aponte. Aponte reached base safely once so far. She has 2 ground outs beyond that. Rips that ball foul over to the on-deck circle. 0-1. Hope you've enjoyed this call today, as could have been a bit closer of a game, but still high scoring, so fun to watch nonetheless. As the pitch fires in, and she almost actually bunted it. Looked like she was trying to, but missed, moving it to 0-2. As Chipola College is 1 strike away from moving to 29-4 on the season. Reese with the pitch. Just outside. You got to know the umpire wanted to call it, but knew he couldn't. Just a little out. And the pitch. It's beaten into the dirt. And that'll do it, folks. This first game is over. Stay tuned for game 2. But as for this one, final score 9-3. Losing pitcher Kaylin James. Winning pitcher Zayla McBurrows. She now has 12 wins on the season. And Kaylin, I believe, now has 3 losses on the season. We will be back soon to cover Game 2 of this conference doubleheader.